live, laugh.
Enter Trey Havoc. This gentleman, very much what his last name entails, he wreaks havoc. He wreaks wins. This gentleman is one of the most powerful people.
Well, that was pretty cool, huh?
I like that.
I'll send you the link. Most of it Bojack did. I just put like a little bit overlaid. I am joined today by the man who's made of gold. I'm going to say it wrong so many times it's going to stick. Mr. 24K Trey Havoc. And before we start, where can people find you on all social medias? Because I have something I'm excited to start with. But before that, where can everybody find you?
All right, I'm on Facebook as Trey Havoc. I am on Instagram as Mr. 24K Trey. I'm on Twitter as 24K Trey. I am on Threads as 24K Trey. Did I say Twitter? I meant X. I'm sorry.
X, yeah. Do you use
And
Threads?
I'm on TikTok. I made a Threads, and I have not put a Threads on.
Yeah.
I have not made one, but I am there, and I'm on TikTok at Trey Havoc.
I think people just have Threads just for when like X becomes just like no more. They're just like, okay, we'll have this. Definitely go follow Trey, the man made of gold. I do have some questions here because you do tout yourself as being 24K Trey, and with that, you seem like you would have some knowledge of gold. Would you say so?
I have very minimal knowledge of gold.
Well, I am about to ask you a 15-question quiz about gold. So we'll start. Where did the world's earliest gold mining take place? Cyprus, Persia, Greece, or Egypt?
I'll say Egypt.
Okay. Is that right? That's correct. That's correct. Gold mining in Egypt dates back to more than 3,500 years. Which country is currently the largest leading producer and consumer of gold? Is it Canada, Russia, Australia, or China?
China.
Whew. 2 for 2 so far.
Heck yeah.
On the periodic table of elements, gold is located above thallium and rhodium, beneath copper and silver, all of the above, or between platinum and palladium. I could repeat that, but I don't know how much it'll help you.
Yeah, you can repeat that.
Okay. On the periodic table of elements, gold is located above thallium and rhodium, beneath copper and silver, between platinum and palladium, or all of the above.
I'll say all of the above.
Okay. That is incorrect.
Of course it is.
Copper, silver, and gold are the so-called coinage metals are found in a vertical column on the periodic table. So 2 for 1 or 2 for 3. That's not too bad. Which gold mine is the deepest in the world? The Carlin Canyon mine in Nevada, the East Rand mine in South Africa, the Mapoing mine in South Africa, and the Super Pit mine in Australia.
See, I want to say the Super Pit mine in Australia because it's called the Super Pit mine.
It's definitely the coolest name of the 4.
But what was the second one? What was the first one in South Africa? Which one?
So there's one in Nevada. There's 2 in South Africa. The East Rand mine and the Mapoing mine, both in South Africa, and then the Super Pit mine in Australia.
My gut says the Super Pit mine.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say the East Rand mine in South Africa.
Okay. It was actually the Mapoing mine in South Africa.
Nah,
you picked the wrong one.
I knew it was one of them. I knew it was going to be one of them in South Africa.
What Eastern European museum features the Gold Room, which houses ancient jewelry and other priceless gold objects? The Kremlin, the Hermitage, the Varna Museum, and the Vanilius Castle Museum.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me, man?
Are you having fun?
You're making me think.
Okay. This will be the last question. If you get this right, you can keep your name. So
I'm not gonna get it right.
which Eastern European museum features the Gold Room? The Hermitage, the Varna Museum, the Kremlin, or the Vilnius Castle Museum? I think the Kremlin. I don't think that's a museum. I'll throw out that a hint. I think it's like the headquarters for like Russian stuff.
That's a hint.
I think so. I would just say don't pick the Kremlin.
Don't pick the Kremlin. Okay.
Yeah. Mine would be between the Hermitage and the Varna Museum, if I had to guess.
The Varna Museum was kind of like what I was leaning towards.
Okay. It was the Hermitage. So
Motherfuck.
you heard it here first. Let's workshop some new names while we're here.
Hey, let's go for it.
The man made of thallium.
Don't ask me shit about thallium. Don't ask me a fucking thing about
You
thallium.
came out to the ring in like a periodic cape around you.
You know what? That's funny because when I was thinking of like t-shirt ideas for 24 karat, I wanted to get like the periodic thing for gold, which is the AU, which I was waiting for you to ask me that because I knew that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get that, but like the TH. So like that was a merch idea of mine that never happened.
I'll make it happen if you want.
I didn't want that to happen, honestly.
I can make that happen pretty easily.
You're a good man.
So we're here with Trey Havoc. How are you doing tonight, Trey?
I am now nameless, but
You are the
I was good before the quiz happened.
So last time we were on, so I don't know if you know this, that was actually the first time I ever did a solo interview.
Yes.
So
here we are again.
Christian has food poisoning.
Christian's gonna have my foot in his ass.
Yeah, I would say so.
He's ducking me.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, you can miss this, but this is the second one. So he knew what he was doing when he missed this. So
starting to think he doesn't like me, man.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Swoggle picture you have on your wall.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
So that was actually from my first WrestleCade. Me and my wife's first WrestleCade. She is a huge. So my wife, and I'm trying to think of saying this in the best way possible. My wife is a huge fan of like little people. She really likes little people, mostly because she's like 5'2", so like she likes anything shorter than her. So she was a big fan of Hornswoggle. So we went to WrestleCade, and that was it. It was that's all she wanted. She's like, Hornswoggle's gonna be here. I want a picture of Hornswoggle. He's like, I don't care what else, what other things we do, what else we do. I need a picture of Hornswoggle. So where is he? Where is that mother? So that is hers.
Okay.
The rest of these are mine.
Yeah.
That is hers.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to unpack this a little bit more. Does she like watching like the Little People Big World shows and stuff like that?
Yes, she loves Little Women Atlanta. We were supposed to go see micro wrestling when it came down here, but I ended up having a booking, so we couldn't go.
Yeah.
But yes, she is a fan of all things little people.
This might be something that I cut from the podcast.
No, keep it.
Trey Havoc, known for his ability to throw people. How far?
That is me. That is. I will throw them as far as I can.
How far do you think that would be? Middle of the ring. How many rows?
Ooh, a little person?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm aiming for the back wall, dude. I don't know, because some of them are really dense.
Yeah.
So like, I
I'm
gonna
apologize for this right now. I'm sorry.
As a disclaimer, I'm a very professional. I call myself the most professional wrestler. I try to keep all my stuff like that.
Yeah.
But listen, I can't help it. Yes, if you are smaller than the average person, I'm gonna try and throw you farther. That's all I got.
I've only asked this question once before, and it was to TJ Boss. But who is the furthest person you've ever thrown?
Well, for a while, Diego had that. Diego had that because we were actually at a flea market show a few years ago, and this is where Diego first started. It kind of first started. It was called Shockwave, and they asked me to come and do a flea market show. So I did like 3 exhibition matches. One of them was with Diego, and I had just started doing my splash and then splash in the corner and then big Beal to the other corner.
Yeah.
And most of anybody that I'd done it to prior to, they never jumped for me, so I just had to sheer force throw them across the ring. But Diego did jump for me.
Yeah.
So him jumping for me plus me and my like brute force,
Yeah.
I threw him from the turnbuckles into the opposite turnbuckles in the other corner, and I was waiting for him to sell up because I was playing to the crowd.
Yeah.
I turn over, he's upside down, like he is upside down in the turnbuckles, just hung up in there because I threw him into the turnbuckle. It's on YouTube, but it's hilarious because I was like, you can visibly see me go, oh shit, and like and wait for him to get up so that way I can finish the spot.
Yeah.
But he to this day he won't let me live it down. So that was the farthest that I had thrown someone until Case and Kane at the last UPW show.
Okay. So he's now the new record holder.
He is now the new record holder of outside of the ring.
Yeah. So I'd be remiss. You brought up UPW very organically. January 27th.
January
You have a
27th.
match with. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wear this shirt.
It's okay. I know where your allegiances lie. You don't have to. You don't have to hide it. I know.
It was free. It was free.
Uh-huh.
You've got a match against the Brutality Inc. And it was just announced that you have a partner for this match. That partner is James Ryan.
It is OMG James Ryan. It is OMG James Ryan. And while we're on the subject, I'll give you a little bit of my insight as to why it is OMG James Ryan. So, as you may know, OMG has cost me 2 championship opportunities. He's cost me a championship opportunity at Ace for their top title, and he's cost me my rematch for the UPW heavyweight title in our triple threat with David Parrish. So he has gotten the better of me twice. I'm a big enough man to where I can admit that. But he has also beaten Mark James. And sometimes the enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Yeah.
And also in Alex Evans' case, the friend of my enemy is my enemy.
So, Alex Evans kind of felt disrespected from you. What do you have to say about that?
Alex Evans, and I've said it before, I have an immense amount of respect for what Alex Evans has accomplished in his time. And I will not take anything away from Brutality Inc. and what they have accomplished since they've been together. But Alex Evans has to understand that not every Mark James fight is also his fight. I use the tag team open challenge as a way to get to Mark James. Alex Evans was just going to catch strays because he's in the match. But Alex Evans decided to attack me personally.
Yeah.
And take what I said to Mark James personally for himself. And now he has a gripe against me, which is all fine and well. These hands are rated E for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem whooping any of their asses.
Yeah.
Mark James broke into my house. Mark James attacked me while my family was not here, thank God. But Alex didn't do anything to me. He just has to be guilty by association. But now he's guilty by opening his mouth and writing a check that his ass can't cash.
Yeah. I will like to say, you said catching strays. I do think that you have opportunity for a new catchphrase is catching strays from Trey. So if you ever want to use that in your next promo, just that's an opportunity that I'm handing to you on a silver platter.
I appreciate that. You
But
know what? Another merch thing that I have just sitting in the drafts. Now I can't use it because of WWE. But my good friend Cade Seidel hit me up a couple months ago, and he's like, "Hey Trey," he's like, "Here's some free merch idea for you." So you see, I'm wearing
yeah,
Beats by Dre, right?
yeah.
Yeets by Trey,
Why can't you use that? Oh, because of you can
because
definitely
of
use that.
I can, but I don't want everybody to be like, "Oh, he's just using it because of Jey Uso."
You did Yeet stuff before that. You did
I
Yeet
did.
the last UPW show. I'm gonna make that happen. We're gonna
Are
get
you
your merch table looking good. Yeah, we're gonna do
like?
yeah,
I was like, I have it because my wife, she drew it up for me, and it looks so nice. But at the time, I couldn't find anybody to make my merch for me. Now I have someone to make my merch for
yeah.
me.
You
But
definitely
yeah, like,
happen. You definitely
I,
do.
yeah, I got you. I got you,
Okay.
bro.
I'll take a hoodie in it.
Yeah, I'll send you. I'll send you the design.
Okay, sounds good. And we kind of went away from UPW, but I think you kind of said all you need to say. But January 27th, come and see the merch that Trey has, and come to see what happens with his match. Because you're right, James Ryan is the only person that's beat Mark James really since he's come back. Um, Brutality
Mark
Inc.
James beat me. Mark James. Yes, Mark James beat me. I more so beat myself
Yeah,
because I had a lapse in judgment. I acted out of character. He got me out of character. He did exactly what he wanted to do,
yeah,
and he used that against me. So for that, bravo, Mark James. You did what you set out to do. I applaud you for that. But you still owe me a pound of flesh.
yeah,
Whether you want to admit it or not, we all know how Mark is. He likes that bravado. He likes to act too cool for school. But at the end of the day, you owe me that pound of flesh. And whether you want to give it to me or whether I got to take it, that's up to you. But January 27th, I will get my pound of flesh.
yeah. I'll be there. Everybody else watching this should be there. It's gonna be a great match, great card all around. So yeah, I think we can leave that as it is. I am wearing the shirt of your opponents, but that is because it was free.
Uh-huh.
I
I
cut
hear
the
you.
sleeves off. Like you don't cut the sleeves off of a shirt that you care about. So
I do. I cut the sleeves off of all my shirts,
I love
except
yeah,
for my hoodies.
yeah. People that do that, like I'm just like, dude, that's $40 you just cut up.
I gotta show off my assets, man.
Yeah,
I got nice arms. I gotta show them off. That's all I have.
yeah. So, who do you think has the biggest arms in North Carolina? Do you think it's you?
Who can I think of off the top of my head that has bigger arms in North Carolina? I'm gonna say me just because I can't think of anybody else currently, but I know somebody's gonna. You got some pretty big arms, I think.
Thank
You
you,
got some pretty big
thank you. For those that listening, you're not getting this content
arms.
if you want to see me flex. But yeah,
He's got a
so
good flex game.
thank you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
uh, you mentioned the flea market shows. What is a flea market show, and how is that different than like a regular?
Man, let me tell you, Daniel, I've been seeing some shit. I've been I've been around and I've seen some shit. So basically, a flea market show is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah,
There is a ring in the middle of a flea market, and we put on shows like every few minutes, or we put on matches every few minutes. So to draw advertisement or advertising for that
yeah.
company.
So is it like throughout the day? Like there's just nonstop wrestling?
Pretty much. I don't know if you've been to a Comic Con.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've been to Fayetteville Comic Con, but that's also they kind of run it the same way, except if Comic Con there's more spacing in between the matches. There's about an hour between the matches, whereas like I said with the flea market show, like every few minutes,
okay.
like
So
maybe every 10 to 15 minutes.
what is the crowd like? Because I've been to flea markets. I think we all know what flea markets like.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good flea market, but there's a
Flea markets are great.
there's a clientele of a flea market. How does
Yes.
it differ, like as an audience from like a regular show?
So with a regular show, the audience comes there for wrestling.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like they already know what they come to see. With the flea market show, you're trying to attract people to the wrestling. You're trying to gain more fans to come to the
yeah,
shows. So it's big. It's like a billboard. It's like, hey,
yeah,
we do this every month or every 2 months or every like twice a month. Come watch it. Like if this interests you, we have more of that
yeah.
on this date. Blah 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 here. So that's pretty much what it is. Just an advertisement to get more people to come, get more eyes on the product.
Ever have any wild moments at a flea market show?
I've only been to one, and it was pretty mundane.
Okay,
It was pretty mundane. It was pretty standard.
yeah.
Nothing really crazy. Um, it was pretty paint by numbers.
When you
It was also
when you go
go
to
ahead.
when you go to a flea market, what are the booths that you're most looking for? Like, are you going for like the vintage clothes, like the toys?
So there used to be a flea market here, and there used to be a booth that sold pocket knives and ninja swords.
Okay, yeah, I know those. Yeah,
Yeah. So that used to be my go-to. I actually bought they had an authentic replica blade sword that I bought for like $30 and it was retailed for like $180.
yeah.
That was my gold mine. That was my find right there. So like I try to like find stuff like that, like either that or like TVs or electronics and stuff like that.
You still have the
Um
sword?
no, I actually it was stolen from me by my old roommates.
Oof.
So
You want to call them
yeah.
out?
They don't watch this. I think a few of them are in jail now anyway, so they're
Okay.
definitely not going to see this.
Yeah. When you did have the
But
sword, did you play with it?
oh, absolutely,
Were you just in the
it
backyard, just fucking Power Ranger in
just
it?
whacking the fuck out of shit, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like because we had long big grass so it was kind of like it was a big yard, and then there was a bunch of grass,
Yeah.
but the grass was part of the yard.
As most
So like
yards.
yeah, so we just went back there and just like whacking shit. It was so much fun because my friend was also one of my roommates. He didn't steal from me, but he had bought swords too. So we were just out there just
Yeah.
chopping down the fucking tall grass. It was so much fun.
So did you have neighbors? Like, were people like watching this happen or?
Nah, it was in the country
Okay.
because we had found like this really nice house with this big yard. And it was cheap. So like there was really like we had neighbors, but they were pretty far away. So it was just kind of like secluded.
Say what you will about the country, but like you can have a nice house in the country.
Oh man, I'm as an adult, I love the country.
Yeah.
I
I
absolutely love it.
I so when I went to school at Campbell, you know where that's at?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My friend went to school there.
Yeah, it's right by. I know you work at Next Level Pro. It's right by Dunn. So
Hmm.
I had a house in Dunn when I was going because I've been married before. It's my first marriage. We lived in a house that it was down a dirt road and then down another dirt road. It was so far in the country that I couldn't get internet. Like the internet speeds they offered were dial-up speeds. So I
Oh
just
man.
like that's how far out in the country it was. But there
Hmm.
was nobody around there. So like you could do whatever the fuck you wanted back there. And it's a different kind of world. I don't want to say that I miss it because you also are like in the middle of nowhere. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's something nice about it. I also lived in Selma, which a little less smothered, but like I had a 2 bedroom house, like a nice house right across from the
Hmm.
post office for like $700 a month.
Dude,
Like you can't
like
beat that.
no, not at all. Like I think the house that I had, it was a 4 bedroom, one bath with I know we were talking about like real estate shit now,
Yeah,
but it was a 4 bedroom, one bath on like big yard, and I
yeah.
think it was $1,200 a month,
Ooh,
and they had just renovated it, and this was 2015, 2016. So like it was really nice.
yeah.
Like so I had no issues, and then we split it between like three people. Like it was like few $100s a piece. It was really nice.
4
I miss
bedrooms,
that
1
house.
bathroom.
Yeah, that was the only downside. It was like, yeah. So it was technically 3 bed, 1 bath, but they had a garage and they converted the garage into another room.
Yeah.
So like we used that as like our entertainment room, and then we had another roommate move in and he turned that into his bedroom.
So you're just out there in the middle of nowhere chopping
Yes.
the shit out of stuff in the backyard.
Chopping the shit out of stuff.
What like I feel like that's like it's the time where you're like kind of an adult, but you're not really an adult, like 23 to 27 maybe. Like
2015, I was 18.
okay, so you were fresh, yes. But like there's that like area where like you have responsibilities, you have your own house, but you also like can just do whatever the fuck you want. And that's like
Hmm.
wild shit. Like we used
Yes.
to like go like sledding. There was like a graveyard right by Campbell, and we would just get like a baby pool and we would attach it to somebody's car and we just like go sledding down there, like stuff you would never do as an adult and stuff you were allowed
Yeah.
to do as a kid. So like that chopping shit in the backyard. Have you seen the show Knife or Death?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen
So it's hosted by Bill Goldberg, the most
it.
charismatic wrestler.
Yeah.
But it's like these fucking dudes. Let me see if I can pull up like a clip from it because it's wild because they just let anybody on the show and they let them bring whatever knife they want to onto the show. Um, and they just like go through this obstacle course where they're chopping shit. Like they'll do rope and they'll do wood, and then the next thing you know, they're like chopping fish in half and like all of this crazy stuff. Uh, um, but it's this like these crazy course where like why would you ever have to do this in like an actual like world instance? But like this is like the first round of it.
Is it just cutting through? Oh, hell yeah.
And like see there's Goldberg and
Oh, hell yeah.
so now they have these buckets. Like what? Like, like
When would you ever need this?
when would you ever? It gets wilder. Like, and they have to like cut enough. And it's the dudes that do it are these like dudes that you probably like. They're probably like prepping for the end of times. Like,
Those doomsday preppers?
yeah, they all make their own knives. Like this dude's like a Navy SEAL, and he's like I've watched like 2 seasons of this. Like
Oh, this is great.
but there he's finally getting his technique down. But it's just like there's a box full of stuff, and I think the next part is my favorite when they get to like the chickens and stuff. They have to, like,
Chickens?
yeah, they have to cut through it. Oh no, they have the ice next. So they'll do this, and then he's got to cut through like a block of ice. If you're not watching this episode, I'm so sorry.
Maybe watch like the first 15 minutes and
Yeah.
then it all goes to shit after.
Yeah, but like, and it's just Goldberg. Like, of all people, I would not expect Goldberg to be like a Bill Goldberg is.
Goldberg looks like he's into some random shit.
Oh yeah, he looks like he is swinging some knives in his backyard.
Yeah.
So they have to
Looks at a
break
tree.
this, and when they break it, it's fucking red like blood. So that's how you know. See.
Oh yeah.
So now that we've got through there, now we are going on to the chicken round. I think it's either like a chicken. Yeah, here's the chicken. And sometimes people get caught up on this chicken and they don't actually. So this is the fish is definitely a deal breaker situation. But he just lost. Like if you don't cut
Oh
the
man.
chicken in one round, you lose. So
Oh,
that
that's
is knife or death. That kind of what reminded me of you, like in the woods, slapping the shit out of some trees.
I will say, he reminded me, old dude with his shit. So I think so when I wrestled Bojack in the main event,
Uh huh.
I was 301 pounds.
Uh huh.
I am 255.
Okay, so was that at Next Level Pro or was that UPW?
That was at the UPW show.
Okay,
When we
yeah.
main evented UPW. I was 301 pounds. I am now 255 pounds.
That was in October.
October, yes.
Yeah, well, good job.
Because it
Man.
was supposed to be in September and then moved to October.
Yeah, So what is your method look like for that? Like how are you dropping those lbs?
So I do a lot of weightlifting. Um, in the morning, I eat 2 eggs, an oatmeal, and a fruit cup. Lunch, I eat tuna and rice, and then dinner, I eat chicken, vegetables, and rice.
So you're eating the same thing every day.
Basically, yes.
How do you because I've done like I've tried to do something like this before. How do you like stay consistent with that? Because that's tough.
Um, whenever like it is tough, but like when I have an end goal in mind,
Yeah.
willpower is like really like it's really good.
Yeah.
But it's only when I have an end goal in mind. If I don't have an end goal in mind, then it sucks. Like I have to have something that I'm working towards,
So
which
what
right now is I'm wrestling Jack Tatum in February at Next Level's biggest show in 71st High School.
yeah.
It's February 17th, but I'm wrestling him in the main event for the Next Level Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
You're still the
So
champion,
I
correct?
am going on a year, man.
Yeah. So
Uh,
we had you on, you kind of just won it. I think we had you like 7 months on, 7 months ago. So like about halfway
yeah,
through your reign. But now
yeah,
you're
I was.
going again against, would you say that Jack is like your best friend?
Jack is my best friend. He is my best rival. He is a good guy. He's an all around a good guy. But yes, he is my best friend.
So how do you go into a match like against your best friend, knowing that like he stands like between you and a paycheck for your family?
So Jack knows me. Jack's known me for a very long time, so he knows how I am. And he and I have both risen from where we met to places I never thought that I would be, let alone and he thought he would be. So for us, it's about proving who is the better person between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yes, money is very important, but at the end of the day, we're both in a sport and we're both very competitive.
Yeah.
So we just want to see who the better person is. Right now, we're even. I've beaten him just as many times as he's beaten me. And last time we wrestled singles was at Alternative Combat Wrestling's inaugural show. So it was the
Yeah.
first show. And at the time, I was their now Passion of Wrestling, but it was Championship Wrestling from Georgia. I was their Passion of Wrestling champion.
Yeah.
So I defended that championship on the first Alternative Combat Wrestling
Yeah.
show, and I beat Jack. And that was the last time we worked singles. Um, so that was 3 years ago, I think. It was a little bit ago. So the fact that him and I have both grown exponentially since then,
Yeah.
it's going to be something that you know I I wouldn't have dreamed about, or I was only dreaming about like a few years ago.
So you and Jack kind of came up together. It's been 3 years. So this is kind of a match where you're looking to prove to see like show what each other's been doing. It's kind of like um do you ever play Pokemon?
Yes,
You know how like you have like your friend that you kind of battle throughout the game as they get bigger and they get stronger. Like after each battle, you kind of put your test against each other.
yes,
This is your kind of like I wouldn't say enemy, but it's like you're equal, and you as you grow, you get to kind of put your test together. Um, I imagine that's a match you'd like to see on a much bigger stage as well, which I think would be cool if you had that like three different goals of it, like acts of it, where you finally get to have it like in front of a packed fucking house. Like,
oh yes, that. So 71st, the last 71st show we had was last year. It was February, so it was right before I won the title because I won the title in March, and it's a huge crowd.
yeah,
It's a very huge crowd, but I don't have. And I worked. I wrestled Bobby Wolford,
yeah,
and I lost or I won by disqualification, but because Chris Ballo had run in, so that's why I got my rematch in March. But it's a huge crowd, but definitely like getting like on a stage
yeah,
where it's like all eyes are on us and being able to showcase what we have in front of packed building,
yeah,
just showing how much we've grown since like I met him. since he met me. Like I think when he met me, I was wearing blue flame compression pants,
Okay.
some kick pads that that I bought on eBay, and a long sleeve black compression shirt.
Okay.
That was my ring gear.
What was the character that went with that ring gear?
There wasn't one. It was just Trey Havoc. I wanted to be when I first came out. I wanted to be the Apocalypse Trey Havoc, which is why the Havoc is at the end of my name.
Yeah.
So I want to be like kind of like Baron Corbin's lone wolf character. I wanted to be like a darker, edgier character, except for the fact that I'm not dark or edgy.
Yeah. To almost to a fault
Yes.
because I will say when doing graphics and stuff, there's not a picture of you where you're not smiling. It's fucking frustrating because you're you're trying to put this match card together and it's just like these fuckers, they're just like, oh, and it's just Trey and it's just like
so there's a reason for that. So and I know it's frustrating because
yeah,
I've had multiple graphic like my Dylan Cusack, he made all of my graphics for my next level title defenses,
yeah,
all my match cards. The one graphic that I have with all the people with the X's on it.
yeah,
He made that, and he was like, Trey, he's like, please give me a picture where you're not smiling because you don't look intimidating when you're
yeah,
smiling. I was like, I beg to differ. I beg to differ because if a big at now 255-pound man is smiling at you in a sport where people get hurt,
yeah,
how like what's more worrisome than that? Why is he happy? I feel like he's about to fuck me up.
yeah,
But I am genuinely a happy person. I'm
yeah,
genuinely like I enjoy wrestling. I enjoy the sport of wrestling.
yeah,
If I am standing across the ring from you, Daniel, and we're wrestling and you get up on me and you get the better of me in something, I'm gonna laugh. I'm going to smile because good on you, Daniel. You got up on me. And now I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, like that was great. And now I have to kill you. So, but I genuinely, and that's who I am. And I want to portray, I was always told that your promo picture should explain you. And my promo picture explains me.
yeah,
When I joined the Gorilla Squad 2 years ago, it's Ollie Steele, D Mac, LA Tank, three big, intimidating men,
yeah.
three big intimidating monsters, all except for Tank. He's my height.
Mhm.
But um D-Mac 6'4", Ali Steele 6'4", just huge big men, 300 plus pound, just intimidating, mean looking faces. And you get all of us in a line and you have me smiling. You have me with this big smile on my face. And that's just that is the contrast
Yeah,
because I want you to know that I want you to have a good time when you're watching me wrestle,
yeah.
and I want you to know that I'm having a great time.
I like that.
So I
You
want
mentioned
that to permeate in everything that I do. I'm having a fantastic time.
awesome. So you mentioned the aspect of me and you in the ring. How far are you throwing me?
Dave, I've met you. You're a big guy. You're a big
Yeah.
guy.
You gave me a
Uh,
piggyback ride
I did
once,
give you a piggyback ride. I have been getting my reps in.
so you do
I
know.
think I can do about three quarter,
We'll have to. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you.
half to three quarter.
Yeah, I'm gonna start training how not to be. Then you. We'll see. Um, on the wall behind you, you've got a. It looks like it's a newspaper article right
That one.
above your books. Yeah. Tell me this.
Yes.
Is that wrestling related?
That is Next Evolution Wrestling. It was a company that ran in Elizabeth City. That is the first newspaper I was ever in.
Walk me through that.
So I wrestled. I was supposed to wrestle Philip Brown and on the show, and I think this was 20. It was either 2018 or 2019. So it was 2018 because I was really green. I had just gotten gear made. I was 290 pounds, not in a good way.
Have you
That's
noticed
why
that
I'm wearing a t-shirt.
when people like talk about how skinny they are, they're like, "Oh, I was 120 pounds soaking wet." You don't hear us big boys saying that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was 310 soaking wet. Like I feel like we should do that. Like take it back.
I was 290 pounds soaking wet.
All right,
Like, and they had me. The guy that I have in a chin lock right now is Jeremy Barcliffe. He had a drum major gimmick. Nicest guy, and I felt really bad whooping on him the way I did.
yeah,
But I was going for my electric chair, which was my finish at the time,
yeah,
and he slid behind and rolled me up for a finish. So for the finish, so he actually got up on me that night. I beat the hell out of him after, but
yeah.
he got up on me that night. Kudos to him.
So who are the autographs around? You got the one to the right.
So in total, I have Minoru Suzuki,
Cool.
I have Jay Lethal, I have two for Crime Time, um, Hornswoggle. That's it. That's all and then the rest are just they're flyers that I've been on that all my friends have signed. Or everybody on the show has signed.
That's awesome. Let's talk about Crime Time a little bit. Um, JTG's out there.
Yes,
He's wrestling.
yes.
You like to step in the ring with him?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I was really jealous of Bojack when he did at Deadlock
Uh huh.
because I met both of them, and they gave me a lot of good advice, gave me a lot of encouraging words. They were really nice to me. And watching them when I was growing up, like
Yeah.
they were that tag team for me. So like when I finally got to meet him and see how nice they were and everything, and actually worked JTG's
Yeah.
table at WrestleCade a couple years back. But so I actually got to spend some time with him like one on one. He's a
Yeah.
pretty cool dude. But yeah, no, that definitely be a match that I'd want. I had a lot of dream matches that happened for me in 2023. That's one of them. That's one of them that I want.
Let's talk about the dream matches that did happen.
I had a great 2023. Daniel had a really good 2023.
Question beforehand. Crime Time's kind of fucked up, right? Like that's kind of a fucked up gimmick.
I mean, yeah, it's problematic
Okay.
now, but
I just
they
want,
work through
yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
very problematic, yes. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm not gonna breathe past that, but yes,
Yeah,
it is a problematic gimmick. Yes.
yeah. Well, we're on the same page. Okay, so dream matches in 2023. Let's walk through them.
All right. So let's start with I had Bojack
Yeah,
twice.
yeah,
I had OMG James Ryan twice. I had Jake Manning, Joe Black, Donnie Ray. Um, I wrestled Jackson Drake.
yeah.
I beat him. What was it? I think that's it. Is that it?
Let's talk about your match with Joe Black
Oh, let's talk about my match with Joe Black.
because Joe Black's fucking awesome. For those who
Oh,
don't know,
Jeter, sorry. Who was also a fucking great individual. But
yeah.
yes, Joe Black.
Let's talk about what was that. What when you found out about that match? What went through your head? Were you like aware of Joe Black?
Oh, I've known about Joe Black for my entire career.
Okay,
I've heard whispers of Joe Black. I've heard stories of Joe Black about this intimidating
yeah,
beast of a man who's just a destroyer all through my career. Even when I was in fire stations and
uh,
didn't know what a seminar was, I knew who Joe Black was.
yeah,
So I started wrestling last year. I started wrestling for a company, Seven States Pro in
uh-huh,
Atlanta, Georgia. It's an offshoot of Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment.
uh-huh.
So I started wrestling for them, but I ended up not being able to go to a few shows. So I hit them up. I was like, "Hey, I'm ready to go. When's the next show?" They were like, "Hey, it's at a Southern Fried Gaming Expo down here in Atlanta.
Uh,
Come on down." I was like, "Well, who am I working?" They were like, "We don't know yet. Just come on down." I was like, "Cool." So we get there, come up there with my luggage, say hello to Murder One and Josh Wheeler, the owners and bookers.
yeah.
I was like, "All right, guys. So who am I wrestling today?" He said, "You're wrestling Joe Black in the semi. Have fun."
Oof.
I said, "Say that one more time." He's like, "You're wrestling Joe Black in the semi. Go have fun." I was like, "All right." So I looked at my wife because she was with me, and she's like, "You got it." I was like, "Okay." I walked in the locker room. I saw him, and like I talked to him beforehand, but I'd only like, "Hey, how you doing?" I've never like had a conversation
Yeah.
with him, and it he is. I don't want to ruin his shit right now. He is fucking one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to.
Oh, we just had him on the podcast. He's
I
nice.
know.
Like,
I was so hyped when y'all announced that y'all were bringing him on.
yeah.
Yeah, he is one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to. He was super receptive to my shit. He wanted like, and then we went out there. Fucking, he hits like a fucking Mack truck. Well, the
Yeah.
good thing is I do too. So we just went out there and like we hit each other. And he got the better of me. We went to the back. Super nice. He was like, "Hey man," he's like, super nice. Super,
Yeah.
put me over on Twitter. So I was like, "Oh, thanks."
He put you
Um,
over on the podcast too.
oh, did he?
Yeah, we asked
I
about
didn't
you.
finish it.
Oh, again,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's your fault. I mean, you're missing out. Like, it's not on me. I was there firsthand. Yeah, Joe Black is fucking awesome. I love that Joe Black has become like his stamp with the beads has just like if you see the beads, like this person to fucking watch out with. I love to see you with a pair of beads. I'm not like I don't know anything, but like uh,
I'll tell you this. The I've like I said, 2023 was a great year for me.
yeah,
I really I the person that came on here in the beginning of 2023 and had his first podcast with you guys, it's just a different person than is here today. Like I'm the same person, but I'm a completely different professional wrestler.
yeah,
I I've really come into my own, and I can say that with 100% confidence. And I've scratched a lot of things off of my list that I've wanted to do, and I don't really have a lot of accomplishments or anything else that I want to achieve. Obviously, I have stuff that I want to achieve,
yeah,
but I don't have a lot of stuff right now that I want to achieve other than just growing and getting better every day,
yeah,
except those beads. Those beads are a must for me. And I don't know what I got to do to get them, but that is
yeah,
my goal currently because I know what those beads represent. I know what those beads mean,
yeah,
and that is the crowning achievement for me right now is to get Joe Black's beads.
yeah. Would you settle for O'Shea Edwards beads?
I would definitely take O'Shea's, but I wouldn't say no if O'Shea
Yeah,
gave me beads. But
he he let us know a little bit about how he chooses it, and it's like at the same time there is a criteria, but at the same time it's just like you have to kind of have it. I
mhm.
think you have it. I would agree. I would say you're worthy of beads. Obviously, I'm not the one who gives them out. Maybe we should start like a podcast beads. Would you wear our?
Yeah, our good guy bad pants beads.
Yeah, they're just little balls with our logo on them. Would you wear that, or would
I
that?
would, man. I'd wear it. I'd wear
I feel like that would be disrespectful to all of the great wrestlers that like.
it.
Yeah,
That do beads.
yeah,
But like it's a thing, dude. It's like I'd love to be 10, 15 because I'm 7 years in. January 27th will be my 7 year anniversary.
so
But
that's the UPW show.
yes, it is.
Oof.
I gotta make it big for my 20
Yeah,
my 7 years.
yeah.
So, but I'd love to have the stamp of if Trey puts his stamp on you, you're somebody.
Yeah.
Because that if I never get signed, if I never go big time, I never do this full time. If it is if my opinion of someone means that much,
Yeah.
I've made it.
Yeah.
Because you have put such a stamp on professional wrestling. You have put such a mark on professional wrestling that your opinion will make or break somebody.
Yeah. I definitely see that in your future. I value your opinion.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So you mentioned that a lot has changed since the last time you were on this podcast. What are some of those big things that have changed for you?
My confidence, my in-ring ability, my in-ring acumen, my ring psychology, my big matches. My first match, so I won the next, and I can attribute all of that to next level. I can
Yeah.
all attribute all that to all of my next level championships, to Ace, and to UPW
Yeah.
because like when I first started and I first won the next level championship, I had no big matches experience. I hadn't been in any main events. I had just been, I've been close to the main event. I've been wrestling for a little while, and then I won that. And they were kind of like, go do it, do what you want,
Yeah.
go be the person that we put this title on. And they gave me free reign of whoever I wanted to bring in, whoever I wanted to wrestle, and I immediately wanted to. Like I love like the two champions that had happened before me. They were great champions, but they didn't elevate.
Yeah.
So I wanted to elevate the championship. And so I wanted to bring in big match guys. I wanted to bring in guys that were going to elevate me, elevate the championship, elevate the company.
Yeah.
So I brought in Bojack, brought in Donnie Ray, I wrestled Aaron Cox. I wrestled Hambone, which is one of their trainees, but he's a trainee
Yeah.
with a lot of promise.
Yeah.
But I wrestled Victor Andrews. That's another one that was another one off my dream list.
Yeah.
Brought in guys that I knew would push me to be a better version of myself
Yeah.
and give me that next level experience. So like I had the work rate, I had the storytelling, I had the psychology and all that. And it
Yeah.
helped build me into a more confident, competent wrestler. And it helped my ego.
Yeah. So you mentioned all these dream matches, and I am remiss if I don't bring up the fact that you did have a match that was quote unquote a dream match the last time that we had on that you were able to knock off that list, but you haven't brought it up. Really is in that regard, and that's a match you had against Mark James.
There's a reason.
What's the reason?
Because that dream match turned into a nightmare.
Yeah.
I asked for that match when I saw Mark James as a pioneer, as a name that went away, came back, became the best version of himself, and is now here to help and is here to show these kids how it's done.
Yeah.
Because big fan of CW Anderson, big fan of Preston Quinn. I was like, Mark James is coming, he's gonna come and he's gonna be like that. He's gonna help these kids. He's going to he's gonna be that benchmark.
Yeah.
And I want to wrestle the benchmark. I want to prove myself against what I see as a measuring stick. And he took that and twisted it and tainted it. He tainted the whole thing, man. He took something that should have been something great and he made it not like he made it a horrible experience.
So
And I still don't feel vindicated.
so you at your 7-year anniversary, you have a lot more to prove than just like a win and the titles, because the titles are on the line.
Titles are on.
You, this match is payback. This match is a chance to measure yourself on who you were when you had that last match, because a lot has changed since then. So where are you compared to then? But in the end, this is a chance for you to kind of get even.
I know I can beat Mark.
Yeah.
I showed it August 1st at Alternative Combat Wrestling. I showed that I can beat Mark James.
Yeah.
My lapse in judgment cost me that win. So January 27th, I'm going to make things right. I'm going to right that wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to take those titles. Sorry, Alex Evans. I'm sorry you feel disrespected. I'm sorry I haven't talked about you enough. But you're going to get it too, and that's kind of your fault.
Yeah.
Guilty by association.
Yeah. And you've already beaten Jackson Drake, so like their third member, you've shown that you can go one-on-one with him.
It sucks because I love Jackson.
Yeah.
I love him so much. And to see him align himself with Mark is really sad for me personally, because I watched him and Malachi grow up. I watched them when they were little, growing up into who they are now. And Jackson Drake is incredible. And he doesn't need to do the shit that he's doing now, but he is. And it doesn't make any sense. I hate it.
Just another reason to beat the shit out of Mark James.
Maybe I'll drop a few more pounds, go down to light heavyweight.
I'm there for it. So we've talked about 2023. We've talked a little bit about 2024, but like, what is next for Trey Havoc? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to fight?
I want those beads, man. I want to be better than I am currently, which right now is the best I've ever been. And I want to be better than that at the end of 2024. I want some new promotions under my belt in 2024. I want some new championships under my belt or around my waist in 2024. I want my name to be on everybody's lips.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy to beat. I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy to wrestle. I want to be the guy to see. And hopefully by the end of 2024, 2025, I don't have a single free day.
Yeah.
I want to be, like I said, I just want to be better than I am currently. I want to be better tenfold than I am now. I'll give you a little insight. So the end of 2023, or the beginning of 2023, I told my wife, I said, if things aren't better, because 2022 was a really down year for me. I told my wife, I said, if 2023 doesn't look better than 2022 by a country mile, I'm going to step away.
Yeah.
I was planning on stepping away at the end of the year. But 2023 was so good. 2023 proved to me how good I am and how good I can be.
Yeah.
And that there is more for me out there. So 2024, I just want to capitalize on that.
Awesome. Well, I'm rooting for you in that regard. What's the weirdest DM that you've ever gotten?
Somebody wanted to take off my sweaty socks and massage my feet.
Okay, let's walk through that a little bit more. Is this somebody you knew? Like,
No.
so how were they local? Or do
Nope.
they want to like fly you out?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you talk price with them at all?
No.
Is there a price?
No.
So there's no amount of money that I could say, hey, here's $10,000 and a plane ticket.
A plane ticket and a lot of money to take off my sweaty socks and massage my feet.
Yeah, it sounds like honestly, sounds like a pretty good deal.
It sounds like a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how down bad I am as far as money goes.
So, like a lot of times we ask people these questions, they're kind of young kids. You've got a wife. What does your wife think of that kind of message that comes through?
So my wife's pretty cool. She's actually really cool, honestly. But she was actually like beside me when I got that DM, and she was like, She asked, she was like, did he say anything about money? She's like, how much is he saying? I was like, he hasn't said anything about money, but I'm about to block him. She's like, oh, wait a minute now. Let's hear him out. Let's hear the guy out before we just block him.
Yeah,
We got bills.
I feel like you have to at least know what he's offering.
Yeah, you know.
So $10,000 in a plane ticket, and Trey
$10,000 is a lot of money. So
Trey will fly wherever you want him to. He'll do some workouts, and then he'll let you take off his socks, massage his feet.
I'll go do the leg press and whatever, and then let you massage my sweaty feet. Cash on arrival. Cash, like, you actually no, you gotta Venmo me or cash at me before I get on the plane.
Venmo or Cash App? Which do you prefer?
I'd take both of them. You're giving me money.
Just wonder, like, they're both fine. I didn't know if you had a preference though.
I don't have a preference at all. Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal.
I like Zelle because that shit goes right into your bank account.
So me and Zelle had a very complicated relationship for half of 2023 because, like, you can only have a certain bank account with it.
Oh, okay.
Because I bank with a credit union, and the credit union didn't use Zelle, so I used Zelle to pay my rent.
Yeah.
So I had to go open up a new bank account just so I can pay my rent. So but yeah, me and Zelle are cool now. Now when people are like, "Hey, you want me to pay you in Zelle?" Yes, because it's gonna go straight in my bank account. I don't have to pay.
You want me to have this money immediately without any fees?
Yes.
Yeah.
In seconds, please.
Yeah.
Please send it to me.
I love Zelle. Let's see. What was I going to say? So what is the craziest story that you've had to tell somebody that is not in wrestling? That was like a wrestling story that you were just like next day at work. You're just like, you're not going to believe what fucking happened to me.
Daniel, so let me tell you about one of the strangest, weirdest, craziest road trips I've been on.
Okay.
So I used to wrestle for a place called Danger Zone Sports Entertainment. It's also where I met Jack. So this is the first match that me and Jack ever wrestled together.
Uh-huh.
It was a tag team match. It was a guy from where I live. His name was Trey, and he I want nothing to do with that. I didn't even like that we shared the same name.
Yeah.
But he wanted to he got booked up there along with me, so he was like, "Hey, let's go up there together."
So you and Trey, or you and Jack?
No, me and Trey.
Okay.
We go up there together. At this time I didn't know where Jack lived.
Yeah.
But okay, so we go up there. We take his truck, which is like a 2000 Ford Expedition with the hubcap spinners.
Okay. Yeah.
And all the AutoZone little decals and stuff you can put on it.
Oh yeah.
With the mirror tint, it was horrible.
Yeah, I'm ready. So, you're painting a picture. I'm seeing.
Yeah, he comes out of the house. It's a whole thing. So I probably shouldn't say names just in case he watches this, but it's too late now. So we go, and we're going down I-40, and going down I-40. Suddenly he's like, "Hey, I'm tired. Hey, Trey, can you switch?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And it's me, him, and this cameraman. So it's three of us. So I'm driving. He's in the back. He cracks open a tall boy, and he's drinking in the back. I'm like, he's got mirrored tint. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I'm still driving. I'm a little sketched out, but I'm still driving. All of a sudden, his cameraman's beside me, and all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, "Oh, the dude's got the allergies."
Yeah. No.
Whatever. He does it a few more times. I look over. Dude's doing cocaine beside me. So like I look over, I look straight, both hands on the wheel, and I'm like, I'm going to prison. If I get pulled over, I'm going to prison. So then we get out. I go to the trunk to get my bags out and everything, and tags were expired from like a couple years back.
Yeah.
So it was a whole I was so scared. I don't even know how I got back home, honestly. I don't think I rode back with him. No, because he left. he left after our match, and then I rode back with some of my friends who also lived in Wilmington.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a very scary situation.
Just
If
doing
he
coke.
hears it back, Trigger, I love you. I love you now. You're a great guy.
Is he?
But yeah, he's great.
You talk to him?
I haven't talked to him in a while.
You just know he's great now?
Yeah,
Okay.
Daniel, why do I feel like you're trying to start fires?
I'm just saying, like, if uh,
How do you know he's great? You haven't talked to him.
yeah, just like I'm not from what I've heard from Trigger Trey, not great. People change.
People change all the time.
Yeah. Cocaine, that's gotta be wild.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. I guess that's where we'll end it.
What? That's where you want to end it?
So, cocaine road trip.
Cocaine road trip.
You've gone from cocaine road trips to road trips with your wife. I'm guessing those are a little bit better, right?
Yeah, no, they were great.
Is your wife
she doesn't like my driving, so she drives more, so I feel like I'm being chauffeured around.
perfect? Is she a podcast person?
No, she likes her dubstep.
Oh, so you're so you're just like paint a you're just in the car and all of a sudden just like
Yeah. Dude, so there's no in between. It's either dubstep, what is it? Emo. It's like emo music,
yeah.
but it's like Pierce the Veil and all that shit.
Yeah.
Or it's fucking Melanie Martinez and like. And there's one like I can't stand Melanie Martinez. I hate it, and she knows I hate it. So she'll play it on and like turn the fucking volume up. So I have to wear these, which are noise canceling, so she can't fucking talk to me.
From what I know about your wife, first off, sounds like a great lady. Also,
She's
a
fantastic
wild person. She loves little people.
She does.
And she loves dubstep.
Yes.
And she loves Trey Havoc.
She does.
So
I don't know why. I don't know why she loves me, but she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. What are you doing in here?
You talking about me and I can hear you.
Get out.
Tell her I said go listen to some dubstep.
Daniel said go listen to some dubstep.
There you go. I don't know if I made it.
Watching Colby and Ori on Twitch.
Oh, tell them I said hey.
Tell him I said hey too.
Daniel said tell him he says hey too.
All right. So 2024 is the year that Trey Havoc's going to blow up. It's the year that you're going to get booked. Set yourself up for nice 2025. It's the year you're going to get the beads, manifesting it for you. Yeah, man. Anything
I'm
else?
also going to get that United Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. Hold on one second. You mean this United Pro?
Yeah.
I'm currently the champion. I don't know if you knew that.
Are you? Are you currently the champion? Are you the man to beat?
Yeah. So if you can throw me,
say less. Say less, Daniel. I've been working.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting on mass. You drop it, I'll add it right back on.
Well, I went to the gym last week and did PRs. My bench currently is 415 pounds.
Oh shit, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, I was surprised, but
so anybody out there, Trey's gonna fucking throw at anybody. That's what 2024 is gonna be about.
It's gonna be throwing the shit out of people.
Yeah, and I can't wait for it.
It's gonna be throwing the shit out of people in very long stalling vertical suplexes.
Yeah, that at the last match where you guys traded off, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Appreciate it.
Seasons yeetings. What is the next yeet pun that you're going to be incorporating?
Oh man, see,
Yeetster. There you go.
Now that Yeetster, hey, because I can't think of something good for Valentine's Day, but Yeetster, I like Yeetster.
Okay, we'll get to work on Yeetster.
I like Yeetster.
Is there anywhere people can get merch other than your table?
My DMs.
Okay, so slide into his DMs, $10,000 and a plane ticket. Thank you so
My
much.
DMs.
Yeah.
I'm working on a Pro Wrestling Tees
Yeah,
store, but I haven't done it yet.
yeah.
Wasn't
Pro
lazy.
tees kind of sucks.
Oh, does it?
I mean, not like it doesn't suck. Like we have one, it's fine, but like it's like $30 for a. We had to pay to get one. Don't give us that look. Yeah, we didn't get it off our own merit, but yeah, it's fine. Mark
I also
James,
want a cage match profile.
you don't have one?
No, I don't.
We'll get you one. Somebody else
Yeah.
doesn't have one that was shocking to me.
Diego doesn't have one.
Yeah, I think it was Diego.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. Okay, we're gonna get
Yeah.
you a matchbook profile. We're gonna get you a Yeetster,
Easter.
whatever that is, a Yeetster basket. Oh, there you go.
I put them in a basket and then just throw the basket.
Yeah, you know those like big ones like they had at like elementary school, like the big tubs, like they're all different colors. They have the little rope handles.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get one of those, put them over your head, and just throw them.
Just eat them.
Yeah, coming to soon. Is it April? April?
Yeah, it's April.
Yeah.
Coming soon to United Pro Wrestling.
Say Eatrix Day.
What else we got?
Ito de Mayo.
I'm not booked on that one.
Yeah, well, I don't really. That's not really me.
I'm not booked on that show.
Okay, well, you can still have a say. I don't know. This has been fun.
I'm gonna use only. I'm gonna use all my Yeet puns at UPW.
Okay, so I'll have to talk to Jay.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
You talk to Jay.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll listen to me, but I will talk to him. This has been fun, dude. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me.
Thank you, man.
What the fuck, Christian?
What the fuck, Christian? This is twice. I'm whooping your ass when I see you.
Yeah, it's on site.
It's on site.
Yeah. All right.
I love you, Joe Black.
Yeah. I hope if Joe Black listens to our podcast, I've done something right.
I don't know if he's gonna get as far as he's a cool guy, but he's got a low tolerance for bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a solid third of this is just bullshit.
We'll do a Joe Black cut.
Yeah. Joe, this is for you.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, have a good night. At 24K, Trey, see him at United Pro Wrestling on the 27th. What is the date for Next Level Pro?
It is also the 27th, but it is late. Oh, the January one or the February one?
The February one.
The February one is February 17th at 71st High School.
Yeah.
That is Trey Havoc versus Jack Tatum.
A match.
That is my last defense before I hit a year.
So I was going to say this earlier, and I was debating on whether I should say it at all, which is usually means I probably shouldn't. But I don't know if you know this, but if you combine Jack Tatum and your facial hair, you guys have a perfect beard. Because he's got the stash. And you got the. See, I knew I shouldn't have said it. I
worked very hard for this beard, Dan.
It looks good. I'm just saying, like, my beard could be better.
I am part Indian. I'm part Native American. So this is the best I can do.
Way to make me feel like shit.
You hurt me. You hurt me first. The fuck? Yeah. You don't get to feel bad. You don't get to make me feel bad after you hurt my feelings.
Oh, this has been fun. I guess it's on site for me now as well.
You just went up throwing your ass.
I would love to fucking see you try.
Oh, that sounded like a challenge. I love challenges, Daniel.
If you get there early enough on January 27th, you can see Trey throw me.
Hell yeah.
Or check it out on the Traveling Pants vlog. We'll do a raffle.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.